What is a net good for? The word net has accompanied us since the beginning of time. When early humans discovered its usefulness, they learned to catch their food. Centuries later, somebody realized that the same net, but with stronger ties, could be used to propel him and bolster his power. Decades after, someone else found that a net affords protection against forceful impacts. A long time afterward, somebody discovered that a net could join points that seemed impossible to connect, and its structure was used to design roads, subways, and railroads. Years later, somebody else gave virtual life to this design and created Internet, where it is as easy to contact a neighbor as it is to get in touch with someone on the other side of the planet. Very quickly, everything started to arrange itself around networks, giving humanity a great chance to turn every point into a center and every center into a point. Big companies discovered a whole range of new possibilities and started to spin their own webs. However, the idea of a network did not lead them to think of the possibility of a fairer and more democratic society, but of other kinds of nets.
La experiencia que tenemos del comportamiento de las multinacionales es que uno es el lenguaje, las políticas, digamos, que aplican en las casas de origen y otro las políticas laborales en los países como el nuestro, como Colombia.
La realidad de los trabajadores de Santander en Chile da cuenta hoy día que estamos con una presión brutal por cumplimiento de metas. Y eso es dramático. Situación que ha elevado las licencias médicas por estrés, por depresión, por angustia, por crisis de pánico, por tendinitis, son enfermedades profesionales derivadas del trabajo que se realiza en los bancos.
Las condiciones de trabajo Prosegur Paraguay eran que estábamos recibiendo un sueldo que no estábamos mereciendo, merecíamos más, porque estábamos en el trabajo más de lo debido, estábamos más de 13, 14 horas diarias, muchas veces pasábamos hasta las 15 horas cuando a ellos se les ocurría.
A lot of us work extremely hard, and like everyone knows, the trailers get extremely hot, anywhere from 90 to 120 degrees. So we get tired, we get fatigued, you know. So when we go and get water, we get retaliated against, you know, just for taking a simple, you know, break.
Ellos nunca aceptaron al sindicato. Prosegur nunca vio bien vista al sindicato porque ellos no querían que nosotros tengamos opiniones, no querían que tengamos esa libertad de defender nuestros derechos. Lo único que ellos siguen queriendo imponer su potencia material, que es el famoso dinero.
Los medios en los que trabajamos nos hacen sentir, nos desmoralizan, nos sentimos menos.
Double standards, discrimination, wage gap, temporary contracts, union busting, stress. It might be good to remember that 150 years ago, workers had already woven their own nets. They called them unions, and through their struggles they achieved fundamental rights, such as the 8-hour workday, fair wages, health and safety standards, the freedom of association, and the right to collective bargaining. Within this new context, unions, in order to maintain the rights that they had already conquered many years ago, concluded, if companies work in networks, we need to work in networks too.
El capitalismo es uno solo y los trabajadores tenemos que tener mecanismos que nos permitan que nosotros podamos tener contacto, tener relación con otros trabajadores del mundo que prestan servicio para una misma empresa para poder humanizar el trabajo e para fortalecer as organizações sindicais.
Quando nós pensamos que o capital e que as empresas são globais, não é possível pensar diferente para os trabalhadores. Então, os trabalhadores também necessitam ter uma organização global, né? Porque senão nós ficaríamos como ilhas, né? E as ilhas, quanto mais divididos formos, mais fracos seremos.
A unidade internacional, ela é uma questão de sobrevivência. Então a rede é um instrumento que nós devemos construir, nós queremos construir, tá certo? Para que os trabalhadores do mundo, os trabalhadores da Prosegur em todas as partes se sintam dentro de um contexto onde não estão sozinhos.
Now, what features should a network of trade unions have? As we have seen, mankind was able to revolutionize communications thanks to the net, discovering that the greater the size of this net, the shorter the distance among its members.
Nosotros estamos constantemente en contacto a través de las redes sociales, a través del Facebook, y todo el tiempo nos estamos comentando qué es lo que está sucediendo en el otro país. Porque es una multinacional y se manejan ellos, bajan algo en México y lo bajan a Latinoamérica.
Very, very important. What they were telling me was that their experiences of working for Walmart weren't that much different from the workers working for Walmart in the UK in terms of experience of hours being cut, low wages, and treatment by some of the store managers. It's very important to get that connection across the Atlantic.
A rede, eu acho que ela tem papel importante. O primeiro papel é de fazer uma radiografia de quais são as práticas do Banco do Brasil em cada desses países. E qual que é a prática que o banco tem com o movimento sindical e qual a prática que o banco tem com os trabalhadores.
Another discovery humans made was that in order to catch food, the net had to be tightly woven. If the ties were not close enough, the net would not accomplish its purpose.
Cuando componemos una red nos encontramos con culturas sindicales completamente diferentes. Y lo que es completamente aceptable en un país es totalmente intolerable en otro país. Y a veces algunos compañeros tienen capacidad de empujar más las cosas, algunos sindicatos son más fuertes y tienen más capacidad y a veces la legislación es más favorable y en otros casos los sindicatos tienen una capacidad muy limitada.
Yo creo que hay que trabajar con la cabeza bien abierta, ¿no? Diversidad. En la diversidad uno debe ser lo más abierto posible, ¿no? Y dar cabida a todas las realidades, replicando las distintas historias, ¿no? Sin imponer nada, sino que cada uno adopte, capte esa realidad y transmitir las distintas experiencias, una ida y vuelta.
Another advantage of the net, discovered by mankind, is that if its ties are not only close, but also strong, the net can bolster its power and its capacity for action.
Acho que a solidariedade é a base de nosso trabalho, porque podemos fazer pressão sobre a Kimberly para que respeite e reconheça os direitos dos trabalhadores em Colômbia, em Brasil, em Venezuela, enfim, campanhas de mobilização conjuntas, exatamente.
Asimismo, poder llegar a afiliar trabajadores, ojalá en todo el mundo, de los de Kimberly.
Estamos agora aqui reunidos também pensando um pouco isso. Como a gente vai estar mais próximos nessa rede, funcionando, não só uma vez por ano, mas quando tiver alguma demanda e precisar de um apoio político solidário de todas as nossas entidades, atuarmos enquanto rede mesmo. Respeitando a autonomia daquele país dos sindicatos, mas a gente politicamente dando uma fortalecida para o banco nos atender, pressão, né? Pressão básica sindical, né, dos trabalhadores.
We're here today as part of a global union federation to walk the Walmart striking workers back to work. That's why we're here, we're standing together and we're going to do this together as one global union.
One thing that's very important is, in addition to solidarity, there has to be action on the ground. And demonstrations like this really show the company that unions are connected globally. And that's one thing that's very important when we start a global network, that the company sees that it's just not words, but it's actually action.
A new realization was that the addition of new points to a net made that net accessible to more people. In our case, if we organize new trade unions, more workers will be able to access the network and use it to fight for their rights.
So, it's always a struggle with Walmart. You win some here and you lose some there, but what you need is, first of all, is the rules of engagement. You need some kind of union recognition agreement, at least gets you at the table. Yeah. Collectively, that's the first demand, isn't it?
This was about organizing, so we didn't just wait till we had the right to organize. We went out and actually organized. And affiliates were organizing in the USA, in Brazil, in Peru, in Mexico, in Argentina. There was organizing activity going on, reaching out to the non-union workers to include them and start building support.
Una red sindical a nivel global es muy importante. Manejar la información entre los compañeros de otros países es muy importante y a la hora de las acciones sindicales, a nosotros que somos los más débiles, nos favorece muchísimo.
Creo que ahora hemos entrado en una etapa superior que es formar parte todos de un sindicato global que nos da la oportunidad de, además de intercambiar opiniones, de definir políticas, nos permite definir acciones conjuntas, golpear y generar conflicto en aquellos casos que lo valoremos así, frente a un banco, todos juntos, porque todos somos empleados de ese banco, y con un resultado, que es un contrato global que defina mínimos y pisos que marquen a ese banco para todos los países donde esté instalado.
Finally, humans discovered that a net affords protection. Trade union networks developed their own tools for this. Global agreements.
Nós firmamos um acordo global marco com o Banco do Brasil há cerca de um ano e meio atrás, e ele tem sido importante para que a gente possa resolver os problemas, seja no Japão, ou agora o problema de firmar um sindicato, de construir um sindicato nos Estados Unidos. Ou seja, esse acordo global marco permite respeito às organizações sindicais, a organização dos trabalhadores, permite a filiação e, acima de tudo, a negociação coletiva, que é o mais importante.
Sem uma rede, um acordo global é impensável. Somente através das redes é que nós podemos ousar, imaginar, pensar, lutar por um acordo global.
The agreement is meant to be about bringing workers closer together, bringing unions closer together, and having a plan and having a project to build union membership and to extend collective bargaining. So the thing should be alive.
A widespread network with close ties, strong enough to bolster actions, with active members and global agreements give workers a voice in the globalized world. This is the kind of networks that Uni Global Union promotes to build strategic power and fight towards a fair and democratic society.
Cuando estuve poniendo ahí adelante me dio una sensación muy grande, porque me di cuenta que no estaba capaz delante del presidente de la República, no estaba delante de los mejores futbolistas, no estaba delante de los mejores actores, pero ahí estaba mi pueblo, mis hermanos. Me vi identificado con esos compañeros que lucharon también, que están en la lucha cada día, y eso me dio más inspiración y me sigue dando más inspiración para seguir con esta lucha y dejarle bien claro que con el apoyo de la UNI y sus asociados, Prosegur va a temblar. No le va a salir bien a Prosegur Paraguay con su intención de dejarnos en el olvido.
I believe just being here with everyone here that's from around the world, we're not a little speck on the map. We're actually being heard, and this is our voice being heard. And it's not just myself, it's everyone back at home. We're here to spread the word, and we're helping everyone. So to be completely honest, we feel, happy.
So then, what is a net good for? Shorter distances, more people, more powerful action, more protection, and above all, the big fish always gets caught.